yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom. How lovely today is. Shabbat shalom. Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom. Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom. Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom. Okay. Yismeku hashamayim v'tagel haaretz. Yismeku hashamayim. Yismeku hashamayim. Yismeku hashamayim v'tagel haaretz. Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam umlo. Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam umlo. Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam umlo. Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam umlo. Yismeku hashamayim, Yismeku hashamayim, Yismeku hashamayim v'tagel haaretz. Okay, let's turn to page 138. We will sing the beautiful Shabbat hymn we sing every week, L'cha Dodi, welcoming Shabbat like a beautiful bride. We will do verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Ay, ay, ay. Page 138, everybody. Ay, 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 L'cha Dodi. Ay, 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 Likrat Kalam. Ay, 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 B'nei Shabbat. Ay, 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 Nikablam. Shamor v'zakor b'dibor echad. Ihishmeanu el hamiyukad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'shemu tiferet v'letehila. Ay, 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 L'cha Dodi.
Ay, 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 Likrat Kalam.
Beautiful. Ay, 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 B'nei Shabbat.
Ay, 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 in Kabla.
Likrat Shabbat leku v'nelcha. Ki mekor habraka. Merosh mikedem nesucha. Sof mahaseh v'makshava tequila. Ay, 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 L'cha Dodi. Ay, 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 Likrat Kalam. Ay, 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 B'nei Shabbat. Ay, 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 Nikabla. Hitoreri, hitoreri. Kiva horech kumi uri. Uri, uri, shir daberi. Kvod Adonai, Allahayik nigla. ay 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 lecha dodi, ay 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 likrat kalam, ay 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 b'nei Shabbat, ay 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 nikabla, boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam b'simcha, u'v'tzola, tohok emunei, am segula, boi chala, boi kala, ay 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 lecha dodi, ay 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 likrat kala, ay 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 b'nei Shabbat, ay 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 nikabla, ay 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 lecha dodi, ay 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 likrat kalam, ay 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 b'nei Shabbat, ay 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 nikabla. Well, we made it to Shabbat again. How about that, huh? Yeah. You know what? I think we should start seeing more people here every week. We should all start coming to services again, right?
I agree.
I mean, it's enough already. 2 years. I just want to welcome a special guest of ours tonight. Everyone is from our congregation, but Rabbi Kogan, I want you to stand up and say hi to everybody. This is Rabbi Claudio Kogan, and he is from Argentina, and he is a special guest of ours tonight. And I met him this week. This man is a very unique man. He is the chaplain for the FBI in South Florida now. He is a medical doctor, an internist. He is a moil. He is a graduate of the Hebrew Union College, the Reform Movement, and he's from Argentina. And he is a very, very unusual man. So if you know of anybody that needs a bris, or needs a checkup, or needs a good rabbi, we welcome you with us.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And you know what? Rabbi, you're sitting 2 seats away from a dear friend of mine, Sharon. And every time I see Sharon out there, I think, you know, when I was about, I delivered newspapers from the age of 11 all through my mid-20s. I was delivering hundreds of newspapers every day. And Sharon was on my paper route. And when I see her, I think, this lady used to hear me singing at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'd be walking down the street singing, and now here I am in the synagogue singing, and she still has to hear me. So, Sharon, it's great to have you here. You're a link to my past. Right. Okay, let's continue. This is a beautiful psalm that we sing every week. Page 140, Psalm 92 is the psalm for Shabbat. And there's a melody that I love that was written by a female rabbi, Rabbi Shefa Gold. She wrote this beautiful, beautiful melody. Some of the most beautiful melodies are simple. And if you go down, let's see how many lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe it's 11. Go down 11 lines. You'll see in the Hebrew and the transliteration. Ma gadlu ma'asecha Adonai, ma'od amku machshabotecha. Translation. How great are your works, Adonai. How very subtle your designs. The wonder of creation, right? This rabbi who wrote this melody changed one word. We use another name for God. We say, Ma gadlu ma'asecha Yah. Yah is one of God's names, like hallelujah. All right? So it goes better with the music. So we're 11 lines down. Ma gadlu ma'asecha Yah me'od amku machshabotecha. Ma gadlu Mahasekaya Meoramku Makshivoteka Amagalu Mahasekaya Meoramku Makshivoteka Magadlu Mahasekaya Meoramku Makshivoteka. Page 142, we have Shalom Aleichem, which we sing every Friday night. And this is about the angels who are with us, especially on Shabbat when we come home. And hopefully they're with us all the time, but especially on Shabbat. Rich will do the Debbie Friedman melody. Yeah. This is a relatively new melody for Shalom Aleichem that we like to sing. When we get to the final verse, verse 4, Debbie Friedman changed the first word. Instead of Tseitchem LaShalom, depart in peace, O messengers of peace, she says, Shuvchem, return to us every week. Return to us in peace. Okay? Here we go. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boakem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Barkuni LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shuvchem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malkei Hamlakim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I believe that melody, Debbie Friedman wrote hundreds of songs, hundreds of melodies for the prayers. I don't believe she ever got to record that one. She passed away at a young age. Boy, did she leave some beautiful music behind. She really inspired us. Okay, we continue with the Kaddish, page 144. Yitkadav, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabba, Biamadi Barakirute, Biamlik Makute, Bekayekon, Yomekon, Uvkayedeko Beit Yisrael, Bagala, Bagala, Ubizman Kadri Vimeru.
Amen.
Yehesh me Rabba Mevara, Leholam Ulam Elmaya. Yitbarak, Yishtabak, Yitbahar, Yitromam, Yitnasei, Yitadar, Yitaleh, Yitallah, Shemei de Kunesha, Le'ela min koberchata v'shirata, Tushbechata b'nekemata, Damiran bi'alma v'imaru. Amen. We rise for the Baruch Hu. Page 146. La 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 la. La 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 Bareku et Adonai Hamivorach. Bareku et Adonai Hamivorach. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach Le'olam Vahed. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach Le'olam Vahed. Lai 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 la 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 la. Please be seated. We will continue on page 148 and 149. We have three versions of a beautiful prayer we say at nighttime, thanking God for bringing on the darkness. Scott, would you like to choose one and lead us in it?
Sure. Bottom of 148, please.
148 at the bottom.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in the heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzavot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening.
Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. Okay, page 150 and 151. Scott, your choice.
Sure. Bottom of 151.
Okay.
Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works in the living language that gives its form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Beautiful. We rise for the Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated. Tonight we will go to page 155. Let's all read together. Page 155. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today.
Teach them
to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you could be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God. Okay. Page 157 at the top. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. We sing together Mi Chamocha, page 158. Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha Nedar B'Kodesh, Nora Tehilot Osef Ele, Nora Tehilot Osef Ele. Malkut Tekara Uvanecha, Bokeya Yam Lifnei Moshe uMiriam, Ze'elianu ve'amru, Ze'elianu ve'amru, Adonai Yimlok ve'olam va'ed, Adonai Yimlok ve'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osef ele, Nora tehilot osef ele. Page 161, everybody at the top. Let's read together. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu va'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Page 162, we sing V'shamru. Dallas, are you ready? Aria, you ready? Here they come, ladies and gentlemen. The Temple Bethel dancers. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Aria, come on up. The usual leader, the conductor, is not here tonight, the rabbi, so I think they're a little shy. Here they come, all right. All right, you guys ready? You have to act it out with me, all right? V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות
את השבת לדורותם
ברית עולם. All right, got to put up 6 fingers. 6 fingers. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי 7 שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Thank you to our Temple Bethel dancers. Let's all rise for the tefillah. Page 166. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rakel, Elohei Leah, Ahel Agadol, Agibor v'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chassadim Tovim v'konei hakol, v'zoker kasdei avot v'imahot, u'mevi gula livnei v'neihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מקיים מתים, אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מקלקל חיים בחסד, מקיים מתים ברחמים רבים, צומק נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לקיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. Okay. Let's read together. Top of page 173, everybody. May these hours
of rest and renewal,
thank you,
open our
hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer
find
solace.
May
all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Okay. Let's continue on 177 at the top. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha lecha na'eh lehodot. Page 178, the final blessing of the tefillah is always a blessing for peace in the world. Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam Tasim le'olam Ki atahu melech adon Leka hashalom Ki atahu melech adon Lekol hashalom V'tov beinecha Levarek et amcha Yisrael B'kol eit u'b'kol sha'a Bishlomecha Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam Tasim le'olam Ki atahu melech adon Lekol hashalom Lekol hashalom Lekol hashalom. We begin our concluding prayers on page 586. We rise for the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon ha'kol Lateit gedula liyotzeh bereshit Shelo asanu kegoyei aratzot Velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama Shelo sam chelkenu kahem Vegor aleinu kechol hamonam V'anaknu korim Umishtakavim umodim Lifnei melech Malkei amlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'nemar V'haya Adonai Lemelech Al Kol Haaretz Bayom Hahu Yeh Adonai Echad Ushemo Echad. Please be seated. Okay. This week, let's see what we have. This week, their birthdays. Today is Sam Gruscott's birthday.
Hey,
I saw
Sam.
that on Facebook. Happy birthday, Sam. I hope you're watching. Happy birthday, Sam. Allison Reiser, Jeff Markman, Harvey Rappaport, our professor, who was a professor in Louisiana. It's his birthday. Marlene.
Hey,
Marlene Rose. Happy birthday, Marlene. Karen Badalski, Herbert Dell, Sammy Hoover, Anniversaries, Candace and Michael Scheidelman, Lorraine Sarfati and Jerry Ocampo, Jacqueline and Lee Needleman. How about that? Okay, so let's turn in our prayer book to our Mishaberach, our prayer for healing, which I should know the page, but right now it's escaping. No. Do you want me to sing happy birthday? Yeah, we have to sing it to Marlene. Marlene, I'm sorry. All right, we're going to sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Marlene. Happy birthday, Marlene. And Sam and Harvey and everybody else. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Marlene. Is today the actual day? Tuesday, coming up. Day after Valentine's Day. Okay. Well, what can I say? You know what? We're having Gospel Shabbat. Thanks to Marlene. She sponsors Gospel Shabbat. This is the second time we're doing it. Last time we did it, it was like 2 weeks before the COVID outbreak. And we filled the sanctuary. It was an overflow crowd. It looked like Yom Kippur. We're going with it again, and I'm hoping we get a nice crowd because we have a great gospel choir coming. I've been rehearsing with them, practicing. We're doing different things this time. And to all you people watching out there on Facebook and YouTube and on our website, please don't be afraid to come. We would like to see you here. All right? We're taking precautions. Everybody's safe. There's nothing to be afraid of. And, you can watch it on streaming, but there's nothing like being here. So 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to have the Jubilate Gospel Choir. Yeah, and we're going to do some different things this time. And I've been practicing with them, and it's going to be great. So I hope everybody comes out. How many times do you get to see a gospel choir in a synagogue, right? When we were growing up, they never did that, right? They wouldn't think of doing it. But now, things are changing. Things change. Life has changed. So we're having a beautiful gospel choir, and we're singing praises to God in a different kind of way, uniquely American way, the gospel music. All right? So I hope everybody comes on that night. All right, let's go to our Mishaberach, and I'll find the page. Hold on one second here. Here it is. I know where it's at. It's where we have the Torah blessings. Traditionally, the Mishaberach was done when you read the Torah, but we can change that too. All right, so it's on page 371. 371, everybody. Mishaberach. Does anyone here have someone you have to say for? Betty, yes. Okay. Anyone else? Yep. Marlene. Good. I got their names. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Rabbi. Okay. Chuck Levine, your brother Chuck. We wish him well. We hope Chuck's doing okay. Yes, Alex. Okay. And I have a few names. People call me during the week and text me. I have a few names here. 1 minute. Let's see who we have. And okay, here we go. This week, we're saying a prayer for Doris Steinberg, Shelley Fisher, Joanne Bornstein, our friend Joanne, Trudy Lechner, our friend Trudy, Marty Levitt, Daniel Friedman, and Marlene said it for Katie and Renee, and a special Mishaberach for George Adler, who is the husband of Agnes, who I've never met. Agnes is a lovely lady, and she joined right before the COVID outbreak, so she's never been here, and she's the one who would call up our office during the week. Did you make sure Richie got a piece of challah? So this is Agnes, and I spoke to Agnes tonight before services. She's a lovely lady from Hungary, and she told me she was 5 years old during the Holocaust. 5 years old. Can you imagine that? She was 5 years old and she made it. And she and her husband are both Holocaust survivors from Hungary. So George is, he's a tough guy. He's a strong, strong person, as all those people are. And he's fighting for his life. So I told her we'll say a prayer for her husband George tonight, George Adler, okay? All right, so before we sing this prayer, let's really envision good health for these people, that they be restored to good health and they can go on and live their lives and do what we're here to do, what God put us on earth to do, to fulfill our destiny. Okay? So let's sing together, page 371 in the middle of the page. Mi sheberak avoteinu Mikor habraka leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberak imotenu mikor habraka lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Okay, Scott, you have some announcements for us tonight?
Sure. Thank you, Manny.
Sure.
So, flowers tonight are sponsored by Sisterhood, so thank you, Sisterhood. And we always could use sponsors for upcoming events, so I say this every week, but we need sponsors. We have lots of events that are coming up, not just for Friday Night Shabbat, but all our events that are coming up. It could be Shabbat stock for the gala that's coming up, the other events, even for the gospel. So if you'd like to sponsor that, call the front office. There are a number of things that are going on. So many numerous events, like just this month of February is amazing. So it's great to be able to sponsor. You have your name up there, and you're doing a good mitzvah. So tomorrow morning at 9:30 is Torah study, and that's on Zoom. Tomorrow for number 2, and that's outside on the front lawn, and I understand it's going to be beautiful weather again. So we're going to have our Shabbat stock. If you missed the first one, it's fantastic. It was fantastic. I don't expect anything less from tomorrow morning. Again, it's outside on the lawn, so there's no excuse not to be there. They start with yoga, so that's at 9:30 a.m., and you could just stand and watch yoga. And then at 10 o'clock, we start the service, the Shabbat service. So everyone's welcome, children, bring your grandparents, bring a neighbor who hasn't been to the temple. If you haven't been to the temple in a long time, it's a great time to break out of the house. Come, because it is outdoor. There's great music. We have fantastic coffee. There's mimosa sampling. There's going to be our favorite bagels and cream cheese and orange juice. So what could be wrong with that? So come out there, really. It's a fantastic event. And you got to see the people that are the musicians. They're fantastic. Sunday at 9:30 a.m., we have our JLC Annual Day of Service and Love. So that's a day of chesed, so loving and kindness. We're continuing with that. Sunday, 11:30. So we're going, as I mentioned, with the Super Bowl. Not super, but soup, S-O-U-P. And that's at the First Presbyterian Church in Hollywood. And we are partnering with them. So it's for a fantastic fundraiser. It's benefiting the Jubilee Center. So there's all these different soups. Some will be hot, some will be cold, but most of them will be hot. And you could vote. It's $1 per vote for your favorite soup. And that's another outdoor event. Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m., we continue with our Cantor Manny, who does everything you always wanted to know about Judaism. And again, that's open to everyone. So it's on Zoom. So if you haven't done it, go on Zoom and maybe you'll learn something that you didn't know about Judaism. Thursday at 9 a.m. is our minyan at the temple. 10:30 a.m. we have our TBA book club, and that's in the media center, and that's live streamed. Did I have that right? That's on Zoom, I'm sorry. Next Friday, we continue with our Shabbat services. That's here in the sanctuary. So we have a number of things that are coming up. As I said, February is a very, very busy month. So February 23rd at 7 o'clock p.m., we have Josepha, I don't know, Gaia, at the Opera Store from the family of Cantors. Do you know Josepha?
I know of her.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to hearing her.
And, yeah, so that's at 7 o'clock. And she'll share the influence of Jewish music on her career. That's on Zoom. Thursday, February 24th. So this is really great. Sisterhood has a trip to the Boca Museum of Art and Lunch. So there are flyers. If you haven't seen this, on the island's able to grab one. Those at home, of course, you can't grab one. But, again, that's at the Boca Museum. It's $45. That includes admission, there's headphones, and transportation. And do they start from here? Or where do they? From here. So they start here at 9 o'clock. They meet at the library. You get on the bus. You go have a fantastic event. As Cantor was telling us, Friday, February 25th, we have our Gospel Shabbat. And if you missed the last one, this will blow your socks off because this is really a fantastic event. So the choir is fantastic. Our Cantor is fantastic. Just a beautiful event. So if you're at home, if you haven't been out, you could wear your mask here. Come down here. This is not an event you want to miss again. Staying at home doesn't cut it, really. You need to come to this event. It's fantastic. Sunday, continuing, February 27th, we have Hollywood's Got Talent, and that's at 12 noon. And these are people that are talented from our own temple. And also the First Presbyterian Church will be with us. So that's another fundraiser for the Jubilee Center. And the Sisterhood is giving out second prize, the annual Passover raffle, and first prize is a $500 gift card. And there's these second and third gift prizes as well. So again, you can see things at home, but you really come here. It's such a fantastic event. So Sisterhood is doing so many things, trying to open up the doors, bring you down here. God bless you, really, because they do such a great job. So everyone's in the Sisterhood. I thank you. And what else we have? I think I said that about Josephine Gaia. And don't forget, we have the gala coming up for the Rabbi. That's March 26th. I received my invitation today. It's a beautiful invitation. It's like the golden ticket. And let me just invite our executive director. He has a couple of words.
Rich, give him a little music.
Yeah, do like Fly Away.
Come on, Rich.
Come on. All right,
Shabbat Shalom. Nice to see you all tonight. Just a couple of very brief tidbits. Sometimes the smallest things can be the most exciting, and all of us here at Temple Bethel really are interested in becoming a more green, sustainable organization. So in an effort to becoming a better steward of our planet, we have begun switching the products we use to serve refreshments. We are currently in the process of switching from plastic stirrers to wooden, and over the next few months we will be getting rid of styrofoam cups and switching to paper cups. We're very excited to be taking these small but important steps. Also, security, something that's very close to the front of our minds a lot of the time, unfortunately, necessarily so. We're continually evaluating safety and comfort here. Recently, we've implemented some minor changes to our security that will not impede your comfort, but will serve to make us all more secure. If you're interested in learning more specifics, come see me. Would love to chat. That's all I got tonight. Except I've been dreaming of Cantor Manny's Gospel Shabbat since before I was hired here. I told Cantor Manny and Rabbi, when is the next Gospel Shabbat during the interview process? So I cannot wait, and I hope everyone will be there. It's going to be great. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Jeff. Okay, and you know what? We sang a beautiful prayer for healing, and we envisioned healing for the names that we said. And there was a list of names here that I didn't see. So I want to add the names of Cece Skurlock and Rosie Moreno-Jones. we're praying for them also. We want them to be healthy. Okay? Now, our final hymn tonight, I picked something a little different. Many years ago, I was fortunate enough to live on a kibbutz for a year. I lived on kibbutz Dot Yam in Caesarea, Israel. I'm sure some of you have been to Caesarea, right?
Got a picture of it.
You been there?
Got a picture of it in my phone.
Okay, Caesarea. Well, there was a very famous woman that lived there before I did, Chana Senish. I don't know how many of you ever heard of Chana Senish, but she was every school kid in Israel learns about her. She was a very brave woman who was from Hungary, and her father was a famous playwright in Hungary. And during the 1940s, the late 1930s, she realized before her parents what was happening, that things were really getting bad. And I had a dear, dear friend of mine who survived 3.5 years in Ravensbrück. I used to talk to her every week, and she made the point to me that the children usually realized what was going on before the parents. They really, they kind of saw what was happening before the parents did. So Chana Senish wanted her parents to go to Israel, and they were very assimilated. They were very assimilated Jews. They celebrated Christmas, all that kind of stuff. Chana Senish got up and she went to Israel. And she told her parents, we have to go to Israel. She went to Israel. Well, she didn't go to Israel first. I have to change that. She joined the British Army. She joined the British paratroopers, which is like saying you joined the Marines. And here was a spoiled Jewish girl who went and joined the British paratroopers. She was really tough. They trained down in Egypt, and then they parachuted into Europe, and she tried to alert Jews what was happening and try to save them. She was captured, and she was tortured in a Hungarian prison, and she was ultimately executed. She was only 21 years old. And right before she died, she slipped out some scraps of paper to some of the other people who parachuted with her. These were poems that she wrote. She had dreams of being a poet, and her poems became world famous. And every kid in Israel learns them. And the most famous one is Blessed is the Match. There's another one, Yesh Kochavim, there are stars. And this one is very famous, Eli, Eli. And she didn't write the music for this, but it fits it. I'm going to read what Eli, Eli means. Let's see what page it's on. I'll find it. It's in the back of our Siddur. I'm sure most of you have heard this before. Eli, Eli, page 653. So if you want to turn to page 653, Eli, Eli, there it is. And there it is. In the Hebrew they call it Halecha la Caesarea, a walk to Caesarea, which is where she lived. And I knew people on the kibbutz that knew her. They knew Chana Senish. So here's the translation at the bottom. Oh God, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart. Beautiful, beautiful poem by an incredible woman, Chana Senish. So let's all rise. We can sing Eli, Eli. Eli, Eli, shelo yigamer lehalam, hakol v'hayam, rish rush shel hamayim, beherak hashamayim, tfilat Adam, hakol v'hayam, rish rush shel hamayim, berak hashamayim, tfilat Adam. O God, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. Yard sites. Huh, thank you. He's like the third base coach for the Cubs, giving me signals. Thank you. Well, you know what? I have to tell you, before we do the Mourner's Kaddish, the rabbi always gives me instructions. He didn't give it to me this time. He always says, don't be too good. So I was just following instructions. Okay? How could I forget the Mourner's Kaddish?
I had it open all the time. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, okay. So the Mourner's Kaddish is on what page? What page? It's 598? Okay. Anybody here saying Kaddish tonight? Anybody have a yard site here tonight? Yes. Would you like to say the name? Okay. Okay, this week we are saying, thank you, Al, for alerting me. I'm sorry I forgot that. Tonight we are saying the Kaddish for Blanche Alport, Leo Ann's, Albert Avanaim, Dora Breen, Stanford Davis, Beverly Davis, Rose DeMond, Nelson Elgart, Livka Ettinger, Cirilla Feldman, Dorothy Gersman, Martha Gersten, David Goldman, Beatrice Gordon, William Gould, Ralph Grinberg, Evie Griss, Herman Grossman, Sanford Hafner, Esther Halpern, Carol Hecht, Milton Hyman, Walter Kahn, Florence Kay, Maurice Kraut, Alfred Kutcher, Lester Lazaris, Carl Mandelbaum, Michael Nash, Lawrence Nussbaum, Joseph Pearl, Emmy Pincus, Joel Puretz, Emily Saslow, a beautiful woman. Well, I was good friends with Emily Saslow. Faye Saslow, Annie Schechter, Lillian Skolkin, Abraham Spieler, Kenny Steinman, Beatrice Steiglitz, Elvia Tober. We loved Elvia Tober. She was a mainstay of this congregation for many years. Teresa Warshawska, Harold Weil, Virginia Zimmerman. And we are in the Shloshim period, the 30-day mourning period for Kathy Capel. Okay, and as always, when we say the Kaddish here, we always include the martyrs from the Shoah who have no one to say it for them, okay? We are on page 598, the Mourner's Kaddish. I apologize for momentarily forgetting the Mourner's Kaddish. I don't know how I did that, but here we are, page 598. Let's say it together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. B'yama divrach kerutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. B'gala u'v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mavarak le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudesha b'richu. Le'elam minkol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata da'miran b'yama v'imromein. Yehei shlomo Rabbah min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'alkol Yisrael v'imromein. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'alkol Yisrael v'imromein. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Okay. And what happened there? I think I forgot that too. Yeah. Hi, Rabbi. How you doing? Happy to see. This is